Welcome back to Henry's Garage. In this episode we're going to look at some pre-first start tests. So I want to see if I'm getting a spark, I want to see if my fuel is pumping, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And we'll see how far along I get. And yeah, I know it's a bit weird to have this come in straight after doing the back bumper, but I need to do some things before I go forward on the front. So thanks for watching, enjoy the episode, and tell me what you think. Ta-ra now. Okay, so in this episode I thought I would see if I can get a spark and all of that other good stuff. In order to do that, I need to connect up my coil, and I've been trying to work out where it was on this car, and I'm looking for some holes where this was fitted to, because this is the old coil. Might be worth having a look, see if I can test that first. Anyway, over here, these are marked coil, so I suspect it came in over here, and I suspect I should have another wire somewhere that looks like it. This, I suspect, goes to the coil as well. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to reach this. So I don't know if you could see any of that. So there were these here, and then I think this probably goes to the coil. Unless that one's got more length, maybe it's that one. That one's on the dizzy right now. I don't know if you could see any of that. Sorry, I was not looking at it through the camera. All right, so that's what I'm trying to work out right now, is where it goes. Right, I've done a little investigation. And in order to check a coil, you do from positive to negative, checking the ohms, and you want under 5 at a steady reading. So when I do that, there we go, we get a steady 1.3. So that's good. Oh, down to 1.2. So that's good. Then you turn this up to your 20,000, because you need something up to 20,000. And we're looking for a reading from positive to terminal in here of between 5 and 20. And you can see, again, steady, and we've got 6.14K. So this should be good. Right, so 89. So this is my coil, and this has a white and slate one that goes off to the distributor and to the tachometer, and it has a white and yellow that comes from here. Okay, so I just have the two wires, and because they've got different terminals, I'm pretty certain about where they go. So I'm just going to connect them up and leave it loose for now, instead of fixing it in place. Okay, I hope that comes out, but we've got a spark. I haven't talked those in yet, but I've tested all 4 of them, and all 4 are getting a spark. So that's good. Now, there's meant to be something on here, but it was broken, and I think someone said it's not that important. But I do need to find my vacuum for here to there. And I don't know where this one goes. I think, but again, I think this is, I don't know what this is. I'll have to look at the manual. So I fitted this, which I've got going straight to the distributor, just in there. So that's all sealed off. Now I've got this. I think this must be for an American model because it's got some extra stuff by the look of it to me. But this shows those vacuums dizzy coming in here, and this also coming in here. I'm not sure what that is, but I mean, it says it's a vacuum, vapor. It says it's vapor traps, and then it's also got this bit here, number 7. So that it's got float chamber, and I don't know. So I don't know unless that's right at the back of the car in the fuel system. Anyway, I think this is right, what I've done, you know, because I don't even know what this bit is, number 12. A vacuum, that's the hose. I don't know what it's connected to. Anyway, this bit here comes into there. So this bit here goes into here where I have a broken thing. So how much of an issue that will be, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but we should be okay there. Right, I've added oil to the float chambers. So now I don't have my petrol tank hooked up yet. My plan is to feed the fuel in directly to the fuel pump down there somewhere. Right, I need to, this must be the choke cable. So I just got to work out where that fits in. I'm pretty sure I had it on before, so it's disappointing it's come off again. That's not the choke cable, that's the bonnet release. Good. Right, I haven't connected my fuel yet to the petrol tank, and I haven't got anything connected in there. And I haven't got anything connected in there, as you can see, to the fuel pump. And I haven't got any petrol. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some petrol. I'm going to buy a fuel pipe, just a rubber one. And I'm going to connect a filter onto that, into the fuel that I buy and into there, so that I can see it sucking fuel up before I try starting. Okay, so I've disconnected the coil. I don't want to risk it starting just yet. I don't think it's much of a risk, but you know, why waste it? So I've got my fuel pump connected up to a filter, and that's then connected up here. That pipe is slightly too big. It's a 10 mil. Should have been 5/16. That's probably a 3/8. But this one here is a 3/8, so that should minimize it. I've got my fire extinguisher there to grab if I need it. I'm going to give it a turn and see if I see anything coming through. That's a bit disappointing because this is absolutely dry still. Nothing coming in there, so it looks like my fuel pump might not be working. Can you see those wires? I think I need to do something about that. Okay, I've had a read about the fuel pump and it shouldn't need priming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect it from the pump. I'm going to try turning the engine over with my thumb over it, see if I can feel anything. Right, I've tried that. I can feel absolutely nothing at all. So I'm going to see if I can get that off without taking the engine out. I have two fuel pumps here. This is the one I just took off the car. When you listen to it, I mean, I don't know if that's what it's meant to sound like or not. And then this one, the movement looks about the same. Oh no, it doesn't. This one has a lot more movement. I don't know if I took this apart or not, I don't remember. But this has come off an engine that used to run, you know, and we're not getting anything from it. So I don't know if I'm doing something really dumb. But that's well soaked into the petrol, as you can see, so it should come through. Right, I've just taken that out, and I have not had this open before. So you can see this mess in here. That must be a seal. Look, it's not going to come off here. Is there something in there? I can't tell if there's a screw or something there. I can't see anything. This would appear to be a filter. So what happens when... You can hear some noises when it's doing that now. Oh dear, Henry. Not convinced it's doing anything. Okay, so this filter looks a bit dirtier, but overall it looks a lot nicer. Okay, what we're going to do, this looks so much better on the inside. I'm going to try installing this one, see if I can get it on there, and go from there. Okay, these fuel pumps look the same. I took the one off here. You'll see there's no block here. I was just going to install it in here, and you can see at the back here there's a block. Now that's going to change its distance to the jack shaft, and the bolts were longer for this one. I'm just going to for this engine. It was definitely there before, but whether it should be, I don't know. Okay, I pulled it out for another look, and they are different. Okay, you can see why this one needed the block in there. So that is right. This one needs a block. Okay, so what I've got to work out is if I can. I'm going to have to work on this a bit more. Right, I've been making a right old mess here, getting petrol everywhere, but you can now hear a bit of wheezing. When you pump it. So, but nothing comes through yet. I don't know if that's because it needs this on to seal it or something. Yeah, I don't really want to stick it in a carb cleaner because I'm worried about rubber bits in there being perishable. So, there's, you know, a bit of fuel shouldn't be too bad anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the same on this one and see if I get a different result. Right, I got this one working. Oops. So, a bit of a mess, but that's working. So, I'm going to work on the other one, which is fitted for the engine. Okay. That's getting better and better, so I think we've got that. So I know this works. I'll put it back on. I now need to get it pumping enough through. Okay, I've put the fuel pump back on, as you can see, just there. But I haven't connected the other bit up yet, and I need to deal with this. So this is that loose exposed wire we saw. I mean, my God, look at that. I'm glad I didn't try anything. So it seems to be good from about here. So I'm going to cut a new piece in here, and it goes through to the distributor in there. Oh, where have I just done with the cap? I took it off and it's now fallen somewhere. So I'm going to find that cap for it. It looks like it's just a pin connection in there. So I'll create a new one of those. I don't have any brown wire, and so I would rather use it, so I'm going to see if I can find some locally quickly. I don't have any brown wire, he says. What I don't know is if this is appropriate for a car. I'll have a look at it. Right, I found a website that says 1mm heat resistant wire is okay for an alternator, which is where this is going. So we'll stick it on. Right, I've connected up my alternator again, but I haven't wrapped these yet. I want to make sure everything's still working first. So I'm going to put that back on and then just do things like the lights and check things work. Okay, so I did that. That's all worked. I'm going to connect up my fuel again down here now and see if I can get it pumping. Right, I've run my battery flat trying to get fuel pulled up through there. And we definitely saw it going. So I'm wondering about trying to get it filled up first, and then having another go at it. I would really like to see some of it coming out into the floats before I do anything further. Right, I've filled it up by lifting this up above and using a funnel to pour petrol in and down, and I've got a leak. I've got a leak, which, there you go, you can see it dripping. Now that sort of looks like it's from the pipe, but that pipe is good and it's well on. It's good and tight, and it feels like it might be from underneath, to be honest. Right, it feels like it's coming from the unit itself, and I can't afford fuel leaks, so I think I'm going to have to just go and get a new pump. Well, okay, so I'm relatively comfortable with most of that. I am off now, away for a week, although by the time this gets shown I'll be back. and so comments will be really relevant by then. My spark is weak. It might be that I need a new condenser. It might be that the distributor cap, and I didn't test again, and I should have done, but the distributor cap was slightly off, and so the bit underneath that picks up the spark was actually pushing it, so the distributor cap was doing that rather than sitting firm. That might have been the cause of the weak spark, and I don't know which one it is. So I might need a condenser. I definitely want to get a new fuel pump, because I don't know what's going on with that leaking, and there's too many wires around there and stuff like that. It's just too risky with fuel to have that. So I'm going to get that ordered at some point. So yeah, pretty exciting actually. I'm pleased. I was really pleased to get a spark, even if it was a bit weak, and because that means most stuff, you know, things like timing and stuff is just about right, I think. Oh, of course it depends on where the piston is, but yeah, there we go. But it's good to get a spark, because that means I know that, you know, that bit is working. It was good to find the fuel pump and work out how to get it running, even if I'm not going to use it. So yeah, I'm waffling. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave comments and any thoughts you've got about what I could do. And see you next time.